Good evening, everybody. Matrix here, and here's my watch list for May 29th. Taking a look at the futures right now, we are gapping down 11.5 points. That equates to about $1.15 per share on the SPY, bringing in the SPY right now. Looking at the close of today, I have marked off the blue line. We are sitting right about, comparing to the close, we're sitting right about here, about 279.60s area. So what I'm looking for tomorrow, I mean, it's continuing to gap down. It's continuing to gap down. Last time the SPY itself traded down to this low portion of the range, it actually gapped up the next morning, and then we had a little uptrend back up, right? This time it came down and spent some time under this range here. So it does look like we are about to fail tomorrow. Looking at a bounce and a short. First of all, I'll be paying attention to this 280.50 area, okay, which is the closing price and also the low of day here on May 23rd. Looking for rejection signal from there. And I guess the next area of resistance I'll be watching here is probably around this area, this 281.30s area. Okay. As far as the downside goal or target goes, I mean, let's zoom in a little bit here. And 200 SMA. Let's see. Yeah, 200 SMA at 277.35. That's a verifiable target coming down over here. I'm looking at this horizontal line. Yeah, definitely looks viable. Considering that it's sitting at, considering it's sitting at 279 and change right now. I mean, sorry, I think I cut out here on my screen share, and once again, my internet connection is still experiencing problem right now. I still think that the SPY can actually come down to the 277 area. So I'll be watching out for that tomorrow, and perhaps even a panic down. So let's get into the watch list for tomorrow. First up, we have BYND popped. I was looking at BYND last night, and I was thinking that it was going to fail. As soon as the open, there were obviously cleaner trades, so I didn't trade this, and thank God I didn't, because we had a gap up and just ran. From here, though, I mean, the catalyst is that it's expanding into the Europe countries for manufacturing purposes. And what I'm looking for tomorrow is I really don't know. I really don't know if it's going to pull back or if it's going to run again. Just going to watch some key areas that I'm looking for here. At the end of the day, around the power hour 2:30, 3:30 area, the stock really pulled back because of the run throughout the whole day. And overall, the stock is very overvalued right now. And analysts did chime in. I believe there was an analyst coming out with most of them are coming out with hold ratings, with one of them being very bullish on it, saying by the end of this year it'll go to 97. But otherwise, a lot of them chimed in on the price of a hold, and also they're averaging around this low 70s area for their targets for the end of this year. So I do think that tomorrow we will be experiencing some sort of pullback. It could actually do either way, right? 87 is what I'm really watching tomorrow, depending on how it gaps. If it gaps up and starts holding 87, we could rip again. This thing can actually run for days. As you can see, the float is actually quite small on this ticker. It's got like 11 million. With that said, if it's going to run, I am expecting a dip tomorrow at the open, and I'll be watching this 85.50 area. As you can see, 85.50 basically held the support today, and it's yesterday's highs, as well as right here, this 85.50. So basically all along this area, If it dips, then I'll be watching for it to hold, and if it holds, then I'll long, and target is to ride it back up into one of these resistance areas. Okay, so I have 93 marked off, I have 90.77 marked off, and I have 88.75 marked off. 88.75 being the high of today, right here. Also this area right here on this day, on May 21st. So zooming out here, you see basically it's the highs of these days that I'm marking off as resistance on the major volume bars of these 30-minute candles, right? As far as support goes, I mean, like I said, once again, 85.50, very key. If it snaps, let's take a look here. Yeah, if it snaps, then the next level it's going to come down to is around this area, this 84 area, which I have marked off as 83.80s. Okay, and then if this snaps, then it's coming down to the 90 MA around this 82 area, which I have marked off here at 82.17 as well. So watching how it opens tomorrow, above or below 87, and whether it holds, right? So that's Beyond Meat. ROKU is next. Now, I did say in my recap, I don't know what ROKU's going to do. However, I mean, we can definitely load up some drawings here real quick. ROKU is a pretty clean trader, in my opinion, and the prices are usually pretty predictable. There is this large vacuum between 91.25 to 95 area where there wasn't really a horizontal price here. Except, I mean, if you count this 93 area right here, but this morning we really snapped off under it. So I guess you can use this area, this 93 area. I'm going to mark that off as a resistance as well. Okay, currently the stock has sold off even in the after hours, like very near the close. It snapped today's lows here at 89 and started selling off, right? And then we have some weak hand covers covering back up, but it's still sold off around the 89. So it really depends on what it does at the 89 tomorrow. Looking for the pre-market, either gap up or gap down. If it gaps above, play it for a long play. And I just lost screen share again. Play it for a long play. So yeah. That said, let's see here. If it's on the downside, then if this low of today snaps 87.80s, we got some key support here at 86.50 and 85 as well. I really like the 86.50 area. It's basically this area right here on this day when it bounced and ran. Coming back here a little bit, also right here. So 86.50, very key area. Basically, it's kind of like here. Yeah, the top of this wick right here. Okay, on May 10th. So what I'm looking at here on the daily chart, I mean, if it opens, it's sitting right at support right now. If it opens and it holds the support, it's going to run back up, test the 90 again. And from 90, it might just sell off. It might like have a chop day tomorrow. It's kind of like this, like a doji day. If it snaps and stays under, I will short and short it back down to this 86.50. If that snaps, then it's 85, right? Okay, so that's the plan on ROKU. NVDA is next. Very, very nice daily chart here on NVDA. Super weak. See if I have some drawings I can load up here real quick. NVDA. Perfect. Just two lines. Very simple. As you can see, the stock snapped a very key level of 145 today. So based on the daily chart, it snapped a very key support at 145 and stayed under it. Okay, so and it did it with a huge volume as well. Because the stock closed so weak, it also snapped the low of today. right, at 143.50. So that's another area right here. And because the stock closed so weak, I am anticipating a gap down tomorrow along with the market. We'll probably be seeing it around this 141 area. What I'm looking for is a pop and drop. Looking for a cover pop into this resistance area, 143.50 or 144.50, and then short it right back down because it's so sour and so weak right now. The next target coming over here on daily chart, I think it definitely wants 140. So it does have a lot of potential. I mean, we're looking at three points, and if it pops and drops, then we could be looking at 4 to 5 points here. Okay, so NVDA, do like that for the short, along with the market being so weak. Finally, we have Apple. I know I missed Apple today, and tomorrow I guess I'm going to try to redeem myself. I do like these daily charts that's looking so weak, sitting right at support, right? We are sitting right at key support. What I am interested in Apple right now, it's basically trading stuck in this candle channel here. Okay, so if I zoom out a little bit, you can see it's trading right from here, this candle. Okay, so I want to see a snap of, basically the only trade I want to see is a snap of this 177.80s, or the low of the day, right? So if the low of today snaps, I want to see it snap under with volume, come back, test, and then fail again. Looking for the next target here. If I'm using this candle as a guide on March 11th, the low is at 175.35. I believe I didn't mark it off, but yeah, that's going to be my first target area. Nice 3 points here, and if we run that horizontal line across, you see there's some progressing change. Give me a sec here real quick. Definitely something wrong with my router, and I'll be checking that out later. Okay. Yeah, I'm looking for the snap and stay under, and then short, bring it right back down to this 175 area. If it cover pops, I'll be looking for rejection at the 180 again. And basically that's it. That's my watch list for this evening. Make sure you hit the like button and subscribe, and I'll see you guys out bright and early tomorrow. Thank you. Ciao.